My name is Ron Louis, and what makes me sincerely is individuality. So I kind of got into it, like the more I got into like girls, I got more into like my image. So I took a clothing construction class, like following up behind a girl, and ended up being like really good at it. And my teacher was like, you should, really look into it. You already know how to draw, so we kind of connected the dots. I went to a few open houses and just took off from there. I always say like God guided me. Definitely, it was like random. Sure. So I was like playing basketball and just went to fashion.
You mentioned, fashion being that medium for you to express yourself. How? How has it helped you express yourself,
Like whenever I get frustrated, like when I was younger, whenever I would get frustrated with something, I would like draw or like make comics or, color, so by me taking an interest in fashion, I kind of like took that same route. Like, okay, I'm gonna draw on my clothes. I'm gonna use different colors, or I never really thought in depth like how it helped me express until like now. But just making people feel good, I think that's like something in me that I really enjoy in life. And I seen it was easier to do it through clothing versus me painting. You know what I mean? So it kind of like, guided me that way.
Right.
Yeah.
It actually brought me to a great question. How would you say, the culture has impacted your fashion, or how has your fashion impacted the culture?
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good question. You know what? I really just started paying attention to it, but I like started going back watching like old videos in like 2000s and like watching Dipset. Yeah. and I realized like those are the things that I watched in cartoons or whatever. It helped raise me. So when I go back, I couldn't wear those clothes or because I was too small. So I kind of like brought it back subconsciously into like my new designs, like in a modern twist. And that's basically like how the culture that I was influenced by, like Allen Iverson and Dipset, Lil Wayne, and I just kind of like put it in a weirdest way, put it into my clothes.
I feel that.
And like anime too, that's a big influence, like the culture, like Japanese.
That's real.
So I like combine all that shit and
so you basically just took all these different
all my
ideas,
and tried to like put it together and make it a story, So I've been like building this my whole life, to me. Yeah.
So I mean, you said you took influence from Dipset, Lil Wayne, anime, etc. Do you feel like, so Lil Wayne and Dipset, they all wore like Gucci at times or Louis Vuitton or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you identify with those brands, or do you feel like that's kind of an area of fashion where you don't really want to be compared to or venture in? Like, how does that kind of strike you?
To be honest, I'm not gonna be a lame and say that oh, this is why I went into it. I love the shit, like I love it. I just couldn't afford it at the time, so I was like, let me make my own stuff similar to it, like Bape. I love Bape, but once I figured out like I could find my own type of camouflage and make maybe the same silhouette and different, I made it my way, and I peeped like I stood out more doing it myself. You know what I'm saying? But I love. I can't help it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can't help it. That's just how our culture is. So
it's just there.
I'm not gonna shit on like high-end brands because I definitely draw inspiration. They draw inspiration from us. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. You know what I mean? Like damn. But yeah.
You mentioned Bape. Who would you like to work with? Designers, brands, anything.
I kind of just been in my own little bubble, so I haven't really like thought about that part yet. Because I was like, let me get my buzz up and get a platform, because I would rather it much be organic. I like organic things, so if I was to do like a collab or work with somebody, I would want to have that type of relationship or respect. I didn't want to like ags or feel like they was bigger or I was bigger. I just wanted it to be like a mutual thing. So I was like, let me focus on me now. So I haven't really, thought about who I would like to work with right now.
Sure. Well, I mean, that makes sense. You're trying to grow your brand yourself. I mean, have you worked with anybody so far that you've been on the show, or you?
Well, I work with a lot of different musicians and artists and radio personalities and stuff. My most recent probably was I did some stuff with Jerika Carle, who does
it's young
Thug? Yeah,
his fiance.
Yeah, I messed with they camp. I did some stuff with Amber Rose Stylist.
Oh wow! What would you say has been your most exciting experience as far as working with people, or just putting out a new season of clothing, or what's been the most exciting part?
Just traveling, going to New York Fashion Week, or I went to Toronto, just seeing the fashion scene, just seeing how the culture goes beyond just everything. We all had a common interest in clothing, no matter the age, race. It was interesting, just to travel outside of Chicago and see how it is. So that's probably travel is probably the most exciting part of fashion design for me, at least.
How do you create? If this was a random day in Ron Louis' life, what is your day like? How do you what helps you create? What brings out all of those creative juices in your mind?
Music.
Wow.
Music. I listen to so much music. Music was first for me, and then I got into fashion. So it's really weird, but it goes hand in hand with me. So when new projects come out, I get inspired. A lot of my friends make music. My friend Goody, Valet make music. They up and coming right now in Chicago. Dreezy, it's my sis. King Louis, Big Bro. So it's just being around those people and watching them create. It just motivate me more to do my thing, or them coming up with concepts. I was like, okay, let me apply this same type of format and energy into design. So it's I think about it like trap music. I listen to trap music when I create. You know what I mean? I can't listen to elevated music.
So you say that music has been your most inspiring part of your brand so far?
Yeah, music, the ladies, and
be careful now.
music, the ladies, and probably the architecture here in Chicago. I get inspired by shapes, that too. So it's really weird in my brain.
That makes sense. I mean, you see kind of our skylines. You see kind of the random stuff that in Chicago, artwork on the walls.
The little detail. I'd be man, that look like tweed. Let me do a tweed hoodie. So it's just little stuff like that. Yeah.
So you say music inspires you the most, as well as people that you work with in the music industry and the fashion industry, kind of the people that, or even the skylines of Chicago that's made you this very creative individual. But how would you describe Ron Louis in a few short words or a few phrases? What would be the definition of Ron Louis?
I'm gonna just go back to the beginning when I first started, and I asked myself the question how am I gonna separate myself from other brands, or what is it about me as an individual that's gonna be different in fashion? And I just took two brands that I knew at the time, which was Hanes, a Hanes tee and a Polo tee. I was what's the difference? Why are people paying more for this? This was before I got educated. And I said, you know what? Let me brand my name and not put myself in a box yet, because before I got into fashion, I was doing a music blog. So people knew me for just being around and interviewing. I was you know what? I'm a brand my name, and then after I gain the respect in fashion, I'm gonna drop my brand. I haven't even released my brand yet. A lot of people don't know that, but if you a die-hard fan of mine, you would know that Farrah is my brand, and Ron Louis is a brand itself. So Ron Louis is just as random as I am. I could be doing styling the artist or making a capsule, and Farrah is more it was just my brand. It got more direction. So I don't know. Ron Louis is random, a random artist. you know, just hustling, doing this thing.
I feel that.
So I just want people to grow with me, you know. Long story short.
So you mentioned Farrah as a brand. I peeped it on Instagram. I was like, Farrah, it's
Yeah,
kind of spicy over there. So I mean, you know, how would you describe Farrah? You know, you say that that's your brand and everything. So.
See, I went like more concept wise. When I was styling, I like to put women in male clothes. I just like how it looked.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna do a brand around that concept, like using androgynous models and, you know, making people look like just people, you know, I didn't want people to say that's a girl or a boy. I just kind of wanted people to guess. It's really a concept on how I want to put like everybody on equal playing fields. No matter, you know, that's why I wanted to make I'm making my garments like high end, and you can wear it down at the same time. It just depends on you. Like, I'm just promoting like individuality and equality between like genders.
I feel
like that's what Farrah basically is in short. You know,
that's dope.
Being fearless. That's where the name came from. Like fear. I misspelled the word fear, and I like how it looked, and I put the like PH in front of it. You know, for like a pharaoh, because you know in history is times where it's been female kings as well. So just playing off that concept, just having fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
So when can we expect a release date?
I keep saying in a few weeks, but that's like every month. so really soon. I'm not even gonna put a date on it, but really soon. I got a lot of stuff in motion and set in stone, but I'm just kind of like waiting.
I think a question for you. You said you like to see, you know, the females in men's clothing, but overall, what is, you know, your favorite piece of clothing? Like, what makes or breaks an outfit to you?
Good pant, like jeans or pants. If you got on good jeans or pants, you can put on anything. To me, like you can put on anything. And my favorite piece is either a jacket or a hoodie. Like I love hoodies or jackets. I'm not too much of a t-shirt guy. I always throw a hoodie on. Like this is rare. I love hoodies and like jackets. I actually wanted to be known for jackets, but you know, life
happens. So would you say it's like the fit of the pant, or the design, or all the above?
Yeah, your body type, how it fit. Do it make sense with your outfit?
Right.
You know, you can dress it. You can just throw on a tee with a good pair of pants and some cool shoes and a hat and accessorize, and it looks great. But yeah, like the fit.
Yeah, I feel
the
that.
fit.
We know you have Ron Louis and you have Farrah, but what's your favorite brand?
I have a lot of them local. I like DBM, Joe Fresh Goods. I even like Vita. I like everything they're doing at Fat Tiger.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Fat Tiger.
Definitely, you know. Sheila Rashid, she's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Brandon, I forgot the name and stuff. It's like BLR. He does like denim work. Super dope.
Really?
I
see what with that.
Yeah.
I just telling him I
he's
need
super
denim.
dope. And his price is good too.
Smooth.
A lot of them local, like Rich Souls is a friend of mine. I even like Stu, Sweats by Stu. I like the way she moves.
I do too.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of Chicago brands, man. It's not, I don't really pay attention outside of like what's going on in the city. Cause I just like love the city so much, and I figure like home, you know, you start home and then you branch out. But one of my favorite bigger brands and that I was like inspired by is Alexander Wang, definitely. Mason Margiela, Burberry, like pretty much all like the big names, but a lot of local cats for me inspired me because they from here. I'm from there, you know what I mean?
Some common to.
Yeah, I relate to it. Yeah.
So, you got started back in. You said it was high school. When you got started in.
Yeah.
If you had to tell one person in high school, or even in college, or anyone who wants to get involved in fashion, any realm of it, what would be the like 2 or 3 things that you would say to them?
Be prepared to not sleep. Work hard, you know, stay focused, stay consistent. That's very important.
Very key.
Stay consistent and this is public service announcement. Direction. Please have direction. You know what I mean? If you're doing fast fashion, cool. If you want to last, have direction. That's probably the first thing I would say if I only had one word to say: direction.
That's beautiful. We're Sincerely Ritchurd. You know, we're trying to highlight minorities like yourself who are doing the damn thing, kind of showing their brand and doing it in a very unique and creative way. What makes Ron Louis and Fear so sincere? Like, what's so sincerely about Ron Louis?
Man, individuality. You know what I mean? Like, that's so important. Self-awareness, like figure out who you are and express that through your art. You know, so individuality. You know, I would just keep it at one word.
So I know one thing I saw jump with this hoodie, you know, with the floral attachments on the hoodie on the top.
Yeah, see, this is, I kind of like separated it. This is like my Farrah stuff. This is like Ron Louis. This is a custom piece I did. But this actually came about, I had like some extra hoodies that I was playing with, and I was like, man, I really want to start messing with like dyes and doing custom colors. So I took like 30 hoodies and like hand dyed them all, and I was like, man, I had some patches. Let me put the patches on them and you know, do colors that inspired me, like BBC. So I used like this pastel yellow, pastel pink, and I did white. I didn't bring it because I didn't dye it. And I kind of, it's just like random fast fashion. That's what Ron Louis is. Like, I just did something quick, nothing too innovative about it. Just practicing like doing custom colors. And then this is like a piece I did for a client of mine. With like cargo and joggers, you know what I mean? With the line. I ain't even finished the bottom yet, but like, yeah, it's like imitation crop. Nice to meet you. This was like one from my first, like when I first introduced Farrah. It's like one of the standout pieces that you can actually see a few like celebs on my page with that. This is unreleased. Like, yeah. So I did the red to match. Like, I actually pulled this out.
I think that's how this one.
Yeah. I first came out with the black pair, and I did like a cargo because I wanted to. The collection was inspired by the apocalypse, so I was like, man, how would people like dress during that time?
That's dope, dude.
Yeah. No, I was like, you know, I kind of wanted to create the uniform for the apocalypse and like space and stuff like that. And it was also cold, you know, it get cold here. And I was like, man, I wish I had like some dope snow pants. So that's kind of how these came about originally in black. And then I like
some Miss Yelly vibe with that for sure.
I like cargo them, drawstring, you know what I mean?
Is there a zip on this stuff?
Yeah.
Culture.
Yeah. You know, so you get your feet in.
Yeah, he's nice.
And then let me do a top to it, and I do like this jacket. This is gonna be like in a lookbook, and you can wear it two ways. I should have like a model to show you.
That's all good. That's nice, yo.
Yeah.
So like, what would be like so for our viewers, what would be like the typical price points for say one of these jackets?
I think I had them at like 120. I didn't do too much for it.
Okay. What about this? It's like, it's nice.
Yeah, the new ones actually come with like satin lining and stuff, so it's like $250, and then I added like the zip in there. But if you wanted like a custom one, I'll do that too.
So you're saying this has a zip on as well?
Just like this one. Yeah. That was just like a sample.
Wow, beautiful.
Just like this, some standout pieces. Then I got like some capsule tees that's coming in different colors. This one's unreleased.
Alright.
So yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming.
I'm still sold on this.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I got some new colors coming too. So y'all the first to see and hear. Yeah.
Well, look, man. Once again,
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming out.
Yes, sir.
So sincerely, Richard, appreciate y'all for watching, and we'll catch y'all next time, episode 2.